welcome to this explainer. Today, we are diving into a really fascinating breakdown of how trending content actually works. I mean, why does one post completely explode while another gets basically ignored? To really get the hang of this framework from the source material, let's follow a complete beginner. Let's just call him Sam. So Sam is starting from absolute zero, right? No followers, no clout. We're going to use his journey to uncover the exact step-by-step framework that turns a total unknown into an absolute viral sensation.
Right out of the gate, we need to rapidly debunk a massive myth. Is it all just luck or having wildly expensive equipment? So many beginners just freeze up. They think they need some $5,000 cinema camera or just a magical lucky break to make it. But the data shows us that waiting for either of those things, it's a complete trap. It literally has almost nothing to do with luck or a massive budget. So you might be asking, is there a secret formula? Well, kind of yes and kind of no. It's definitely not magic. The reality is that creating content people absolutely cannot stop watching is actually a really predictable process. For a beginner, like our guy Sam, the whole secret is built entirely on small, manageable wins. You don't just aim for 10 million views on day one, right? That's crazy. You aim for one specific, strategic improvement per upload. You build a solid foundation based on audience demand, timing, and emotion. And this brings us to such a fascinating insight from the research. Trending content follows predictable patterns. Every single viral hit out there triggers curiosity or emotion or value at exactly the right millisecond. By the end of this explainer, we'll see exactly how Sam applies these psychological patterns to his own stuff. Oh, and critically, this source material points out one massive mistake that keeps most beginners from ever going viral. We'll be uncovering that one together, so stick around for sure. Section 1. Finding your first trend. So instead of just shooting in the dark and hoping for the best, Sam's very first step, which is a great first small win by the way, is just discovering what is already working. Successful creators, they don't reinvent the wheel. They spot trends right before they explode. You've got to monitor YouTube trends, check out what's going viral on TikTok, and really analyze those Instagram reels. For Sam, dedicating just, say, 20 minutes a day to studying these platforms, that's not just mindless scrolling for entertainment, it's serious research. The earlier you spot a pattern emerging across these platforms, the bigger your opportunity is going to be. But hey, there is a super vital distinction here between copying and actually innovating. You should never, ever just copy a trend directly. Think about it. If Sam recreates a viral video frame for frame, he is suddenly competing with thousands of identical videos. It's a dead end. Instead, your next small win is just asking yourself, how can I add my own unique angle to this? Can you make it funnier? Can it be faster? Maybe more informative? In our story, Sam decides to take a popular tech trend, but he explains it in half the time and adds a bit of his own humor. That unique angle, that's the wedge that completely separates a creator from the rest of the noise. Moving on to section 2, hooking your viewers instantly. 5 seconds. That is it. That is your ultimate window of opportunity. The first 5 seconds of your content decide absolutely everything about its performance. If Sam starts his video by slowly clearing his throat and saying, hey guys, welcome back to the channel, he has already lost the viewer. It's game over. The sources clearly show that intense curiosity and suspense absolutely must happen right at the start. Using a hook like, I tested this viral trick for 30 days, well, that delivers instant intrigue the literal second the content begins. Winning those first 5 seconds, that is your next critical and frankly non-negotiable small win. Now, once you've actually hooked your viewers, keeping them there, audience retention, isn't magic. It all comes down to some really deliberate editing choices. You have to ruthlessly remove the boring parts and any dead air. Just cut it. Keep a fast pace. Use things called pattern interruptions, like maybe a sudden change in a camera angle or a weird sound effect just to snap their attention back. Add frequent visuals to keep the eye moving. And, this is a big one, create open loops. That's where you introduce a mystery early on that doesn't actually get resolved until the very end of the explainer. Why do all this? Simply because the longer people watch, the more the algorithm is going to push and promote your content. It's a snowball effect. And while you're editing, you've really got to focus on triggering strong emotions. We're talking surprise, excitement, fear, happiness, or even inspiration. Think about your own habits. We share content to impress our friends, entertain them, or just to express how we're feeling. Viewers might totally forget the exact data points you shared, but they will perfectly remember how your content made them feel. For Sam, his small win here is intentionally designing his unique tech angle to specifically trigger surprise. Just picking one emotion and designing your whole piece around it, that is a massive, massive advantage.
All right, section 3, winning the first impression. Before anyone even gets to those first 5 seconds, you have to win the click. The data outlines these irresistible thumbnail rules that are absolute game changers, especially for a first channel. Honestly, I'd say take a mental screenshot of these rules because applying them is a massive small win for your click-through rates. A thumbnail shouldn't just be some messy collage of images. It needs one single clear focus. It should feature strong emotions. Think of a really expressive face. It needs bright contrast, so it actually pops on dark mode. And if you use text, it has to be super easy to read on a tiny little phone screen. Overall, the whole design has to be curiosity-driven. You want the viewer to physically feel like they are missing out if they scroll past. Now, when you pair that irresistible thumbnail with the perfect title, that is the ultimate 1-2 punch. A truly clickable title creates intense curiosity without ever misleading the viewer. Listen, clickbait that straight up lies to people will completely destroy your watch time because viewers will just instantly leave. They hate feeling tricked. But an honest, highly curious title, something like "I tried the internet's craziest trend," that is pure gold. When Sam pairs his bright, highly contrasted thumbnail with a title that promises a really surprising answer, he successfully wins that absolutely crucial first impression. Let's head into section 4, small wins and consistency. So, the ultimate key to this whole beginner's journey really isn't about obsessing over millions of views right out of the gate. It's about totally redefining what success looks like. When you're just starting out, success is literally just gathering data. Think of every single upload as a new data point, tracking your audience retention, your click-through rate, your comments, and your shares. That totally changes the game. Let's say Sam's very first piece of content gets a tiny 2% click-through rate. Well, his only goal for the next one is just to tweak the thumbnail and hit 3%. That right there, that is a textbook small win. The more you upload, the more data you get, and the faster you learn. And this brings us back to the biggest mistakes highlighted in the source material, the ones I promised we'd talk about. We're talking about things like following trends way too late, just copying instead of actually improving, ignoring your thumbnails, and of course, uploading inconsistently. But the single biggest trap of them all, it's simply giving up too early. It happens all the time. So many beginners try for a month. They don't instantly get 1 million views, and they just throw in the towel before they even have a chance to adapt based on the data they collected. The reality is, success belongs entirely to the creators who iterate quickly and absolutely refuse to stop analyzing those small wins. Ultimately, the research points us to one crystal clear takeaway. The creators who win are the ones who take action, while everyone else is still sitting around just thinking about it. Trending content is not magic, guys. It's the direct result of understanding human psychology, spotting opportunities early, and delivering value in a way that is literally impossible to ignore. So, I want you to look at your own journey for a second. What small win are you going to tackle today? Are you going to rewrite a hook, maybe study a new platform, or finally redesign that thumbnail? Turning these predictable patterns into real action might just be the exact breakthrough that changes everything for you.